Right, okay. Just a bit of a demonstration on a reference tool, DECR-1000A, that I just received. This is the unit right here. Here's the slot for the Blu-ray drive. And there's both my hard drive bays, which both use 400 gig desktop hard drives. Right, left one is Game OS and installed applications like a retail PS3. Right one is for Blu-ray drive emulation. Basically you can run ISO format files directly from the hard drive, and there's actually a switch on the front of this console to swap between Blu-ray drive or hard drive, whichever one you prefer to run from. The unit was free, so can't complain about that. A little banged up. It came to me from Portugal, and originally I believe from Israel or somewhere around that region. Okay, so she's a bit loud to run, and I've got it hooked up to my TV, which is also my PC monitor. And when I first received it, it was turning off almost instantly. Now it stays on, but there's still no display, so I'm thinking get the RSX replaced. Yeah, so go ahead and fire her up. Reset the display there, and you can see it's accessing the hard drive, but nothing on the screen. Does the exact same thing whether it's hooked by HDMI, VGA, or the AV cable, which is what I have it on now. Just doesn't seem to get anywhere, so I'm thinking this is classic symptoms of green light of death, damage to the RSX or the VRAM. And either way, it would look like it would need to be replaced. Good thing that this uses off-the-shelf PS3 retail parts, especially the RSX, which is the same as the 90nm RSX that you find in the original NAND consoles. But yeah, kind of a shame, but at the same time it's nice to have one of these and know that it's within reason to get it working. And I did want to show this off a bit. Sorry for the mess here. Grab my phone and show all of the controls that are on the front of this thing. Right. So there's the drive select. Right now it's selected for hard drive, but I can switch the drive select, which I believe is this one. No, that's eject. Reset system init. Where is that select button? Not sure where it is, and I'm not gonna keep staring at this trying to find it. I've done it already once, but basically this orange light here will switch to BD when it's actually using the Blu-ray drive. And there's your hard drive and eject. The orange light tells me there's a drive in there. Obviously the top one is access. Has the 6 USB ports on it with a foot switch jack. Not sure why you'd want to turn this on with a foot switch unless it was on a rack and you were a good distance away from it and you didn't want to get up to go to walk to the rack every time you wanted to turn it on or off. On the back of this thing, we've got 3 network sockets. And then on top of that, for remote debugging, there's a DECR-1000 socket as well. And there you can see where it says this is a reference tool. And the serial port is for emergency recovery of the syscon, so that's never really used. There you can see where it has 2 HDMI sockets, and it calls the one furthest to the right HDMI extra. Once you update this console past 0.85, the second USB socket is disabled. But if you roll it back to 0.85 or earlier, it's actually able to display out from both of the HDMI sockets, which is kind of cool. But yeah, and then of course, I don't know why, but 4 external audio outputs in case one receiver isn't enough and you need 4. Or maybe it's something to do with the surround, I'm not sure. But yeah, pretty big unit overall, weighing in at 18 kilogram, and in order to get the whole thing in a shot I really have to step back. Yeah, weighing in at 18 kilogram, or about 36 pounds I believe, 36 to 38 pounds, whatever it is. And yeah, pretty big, pretty heavy, but even more rare than the 20th anniversary PS4s that everybody's going crazy for. So yeah, kind of a nice thing here. Alright, I'm gonna look into getting the RSX done, and once this thing's up and running, I'll possibly show a bit more off with it and what it does, how it works. I've got to figure out what the dip switches are in the front. But yeah, nice piece of history to have. And each of the hard drives, by the way, are 400 gigs. So you've got 800 in total storage. And unlike the retail NANDs, which have 2 128 meg NAND chips, this actually has 2 by 256 megs of NAND storage. So actually 512 megs total NAND on board. Entire system software debug plus SDK are stored on board, so that's nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, hopefully show some more of this off later.